Well, today we're back on the old 56 binder. Maybe look to address the leaking manifold. Tiny little update on it. Sent the carburetor off to get rebuilt. Gonna take and remove all these hard, rotten vacuum lines. Looks like he wiped it off pretty good. And actually what I just discovered, and I did not know this at first, this truck actually has 11,000 original miles on it. Oh, that'd be cool. Hang on, I'd believe it. Things just ain't wore out. It was originally a wrecker for the state of Wisconsin until my buddy's grandpa bought it. But I believe it, 11,000. I mean, I'm sure the seat was redone, but the steering wheel, although it's cracked, still has some of the little grippies left on it. Well, that's removed, but the clutch pedal and the gas pedal wore out too bad. I'd believe it. And I think actually this was the original color, a little bit of a darker green. Fuel tank was removed. Gonna send that in, get it cleaned out, relined. Also, master cylinder removed. Sent off for a new one. Yeah. Probably should do something about fuel lines. I think we're going to rip all them off. Maybe run some nice new copper. Cool discovery here of parts we found inside that binder. Door gaskets. I think that's boots for the shift lever and I think the e-brake lever maybe. More window and door gaskets. Switches and light harnesses, lights. Trailer wiring.
Yeah, I don't know where a guy would a guy connect this to the one by the water pump there?
Right down there. That's where that spigot is.
But to get the coolant in is what I'm saying, to get the coolant into the heater core or whatever. Where would you tap into that?
Well, you gotta have a consistent flow, like
the one that goes to the water pump?
Out of the water pump and then back into probably...
Maybe that one right there?
Probably. I mean, that's usually how it is, like on a V8 motor. Mm-hmm. It comes out of the water pump into the heater core from out of there.
I wonder if the heater core is even good.
Probably not.
Maybe that's why it's not good.
Probably why it's blocked off. I'm sure it's bad.
Or even get them.
But if you're running it, I mean, if you wanted to have a heater, I mean, it'd be nice because if you wanted to obviously drive it, not in the winter, but sometimes during the fall, or if you want to do something when the roads are dry.
I figured it'd be nice to have it defrost, You get the cooler mornings, and next thing you got condensation on it. It'd be nice to have at least defrost.
Yeah. Well, I think for now, how could we do that?
I think just rip it all off and just leave a chunk of rubber on each fitting, and then just put a bolt in it and hose clamp it for the time being,
Right. I was just trying to think how to get a constant flow. Like maybe the one down below on the block there, you could probably block that one off. But I was thinking like this one here, you could probably just loop it right around to that. And this is all vacuum. This is related to that brake booster down below.
Yeah, and then you got the one that goes to the oil bath there. That's got the rubber hose on it for vacuum too.
Oh, okay. Must be like a vent or a something maybe. Sure, it's certainly any emissions. They didn't worry about recirculating any kind of toxic gas. And that's shit from 1956. I think that started kind of in the early to mid 60s. I think in California they started with the PVC valves and all that stuff. Just in California, everywhere else they just vented it right. Oh, one thing, the wiring system doesn't seem to be completely butchered. Probably just needs cleaning. It's just corroded. Like, where do those go?
I think these might be for the headlights, because your side's got them too there. I think Grandpa just never hooked the headlights up. Or something. But they need
does
these,
hit
whatever you
over
call these things. There's one on each side too. Wherever these strips are here.
Oh,
These
junction.
are all crusty and rusted out, so I'm gonna get some new ones on.
Oh, I think it's just a junction block.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of those, and I'm gonna just make a whole new thing on the firewall there of just relays, just a nice line of relays, and all the wiring nice and organized.
Yeah, they kind of just back in the day. A little junction here, a little junction there. Well, I guess to get started on this heater hose bypass.
This is all unnecessary. There's no reason for this crap. And then get this hazardous thing out of here for the plug-in.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that works too well anymore.
We should plug it in just for fun.
Yeah, smoke test.
Hey, we'll have a plug her in, and we'll just shove her down in that hole, and she'll just do the welding by itself. Might start a fire, but it might fix itself too. Everybody just gotta grab a hold. Man. Look at that. Oh, by Christmas we'll have this drained out.
Yeah, I figured it didn't really matter how much coolant we lose, because either way I'm gonna empty it out. You know, I'm gonna start fresh anyway.
Look at that, it just misses that. manifold is bad enough to where we're gonna remove it. See if we can weld it up. So I guess we'll move on to removing the manifold. Wish me luck. Good little tip here for taking bolts out. I've been in for a while. Give a little tap with the hammer, breaks the rust loose.
Yep.
Really?
I'll get this wrench on here.
Oh shit, maybe I don't even need the torch on these.
Good?
Yeah, it broke off.
Yeah, my dad and I keep talking about getting more rock down here. Just kind of fell on you.
Give it to me. Grab it in there. That's fine. Stupid chair kept slipping on me. Wow. Why the hell would it crack like that? God, that's a stout unit.
Mm-hmm.
What this side? What is that? Oh. And you wrote it in there? Oh yeah. Boy, how you gonna get a... We'd have to take this off. See that in there?
Kind of gets in the hole.
Oh, it's busted all the way down here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's got a big crack there in there.
Wow. How the hell are you ever gonna get that off? Is this that's gotta be cast as well, yeah. As long as it's cast, it should be able to heat these up real nice and split them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else you do it.
Plus those could be numbers down there, maybe. There's grease.
Oh, disconnected. Turn signal. Alright, 2 speeds engaged. Here, give her a couple whacks.
Pretty fragile sounding.
I know, it's hard to tell a 9 from an 8 from a 3. 2 and 4 and 1 are your easiest numbers.
11 volts here. Well, welcome to Smoking Gears Garage. We fix everything with hammers. They always say, give it a bat. It'll work. That thing must be seized right up. I would think pull it off and just take it apart.
Yeah.
Of course, this is all screwed together here. Hey, I think it, obviously it only does anything when it's rolling, but I would think you'd have to hear some kind of a click.
Yeah, you think you would hear something.
Some kind of a something. Probably wouldn't hurt to run new wires for this all the way up just to do it, but if you're getting voltage back here. Well, it's kind of a typical thing years ago. They always said those 2-speed motors. That was a pretty common thing to fail. Anybody know what that is? We don't know what that is. I wonder if it's... Oh, are they international axles or are they like a Dana?
I don't know.
I don't know. We know nothing.
What size is the bolt on, or the nuts or whatever on top of that thing?
On top of here?
Yeah, on top. Is it like a...
I think they're flathead screws.
Great.
We're just trying to see if we can get this little 2-speed to somehow come back to life. It's not looking promising. That'll be another try to find parts and order things. Well, I'm not really sure how that comes apart. Pretty big education on this truck here. I know newer trucks with air brakes and modern stuff, but this old 2-speed situation, I'm just not familiar. Apparently this part here, it's held in somewhere inside. I was hoping maybe to get to like an armature or something. If there's any rust on it, I could just clean it up. Maybe she'd start working again, but more than likely this is going to come off and get a proper rebuild. Well, that'll probably do it for today. Quick little update and a few tasks complete on this old International. Next time, hopefully we can get some more parts rounded up, exhaust manifold, and get the carburetor back and actually get the motor completely functional and running again. I guess until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.